Okay, today we're going to take a look at a couple of the key differences from forehand to backhands and why it's more difficult to hit a forehand drive straight than on the backhand side. So for me, the main reason is because on the forehand, your contact point, unless you're hitting off your back foot, is going to be on your front foot, which means it's towards your left leg here for me as a right-handed player, and that means that for me to make that swing, my racket is starting to angle in towards my left shoulder. So because it's my back shoulder where I'm swinging from here on the forehand side, that you can see my shoulders and hips start to open up a little bit. So my swing doesn't stay as straight through that part of the swing as it does on the backhand side. And we'll take a look at the backhand here in a second, but a couple more forehand drives, and you can see that there's a lot more rotation in these shots, and that's why it's not as easy, at least for me, to keep that forehand drive straight and tight to the side wall. And here you can see on the backhand that my shoulders basically stay parallel to the side wall throughout the swing, and that's because I'm hitting the ball with my arm that is near the contact point, right? So on the forehand side, if we sneak back there for a second, so I'm swinging with my right arm, but the contact point, well, actually that one's not the best example because I was stepping with my right foot, but so you see the contact point is more towards my left foot and my left arm. So that's why it's a lot more difficult than here on the backhand side, where when I go to swing, my contact point is going to be right by the front of that right foot, and that's why it's easier to stay parallel to the side wall and keep your swing. You can see how much straighter that's going, longer through that position where you're hitting the ball. And I feel like obviously I've played a lot of lefties and they seem to be able to hit that ball pretty straight. So I do think it is a matter of just how the game's played and the practice of playing up and down that left wall that's made a big difference. So clearly it's not just because it's your forehand that you can't hit a straight drive and keep it really tight consistently. It's just you need to practice it more than you do on the backhand side, because it is biomechanically a lot more difficult, and lefties generally get a lot more practice on their forehand straight drive, and that's why they're able to actually hit it still generally straighter and tighter than most righties are on their forehand side.